Yo, what's up everybody, Stand 'em up here. Today I'm going to be talking about Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. I'm going to be talking about this fight and breaking it down with some footage, as you guys can see here. But let's just get into the stats real quick. Obviously Islam Makhachev, the 155er, fighting the featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski. Volkanovski is moving up in the weight, bulking up. And yeah, he's going to challenge Islam Makhachev. Both guys have an incredible record: 23-1, 25-1. The 5-1 in for both guys is very good. Pretty sure like Makhachev is on an 11 fight win streak, and Volkanovski is on an 11 fight win streak as well. Yeah, like I said, two guys with incredible records. Two guys that are almost undefeated in the UFC. Islam Makhachev has had one loss, and that was in the UFC. While Volkanovski has had one loss in the beginning of his career outside of the UFC when he fought at welterweight. He got TKO'd back then. Yeah, obviously Makhachev is a bigger guy because he is the lightweight. He's 5'10". He does have the smaller reach though. Volkanovski is 5'6", but he has a 1 inch reach advantage, which does favor him. He's a smaller guy, so that means that taking him down will be a bit harder. And he has the reach advantage, so he can hit his opponents easier than they can hit him because he's smaller as well. So in the striking, I definitely do favor Alexander Volkanovski, but I just feel like the majority of this fight will be kept in the clinch and on the ground. So let's just look at some footage of these two and see what's up. Now here we can see Brian Ortega try and take down Volkanovski on the first attempt. It does not work, but he clinches him against the cage and goes for a trip right here. By the way, Islam Makhachev very good with his trips. You can see that later. He trips him and takes him down, and to be fair, he does stand up real quickly. Almost gets into a submission, but that's Brian Ortega. His wrestling isn't too good, so that's why Volkanovski was able to get up pretty quickly. But also Ortega's submissions are very good. That's why he got into one. I don't expect him, Volkanovski, to get submitted by Makhachev in like a scramble or something. If he does get submitted, I feel like Makhachev will just be able to control him and get to the arm triangle. But let's just go into another video. Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. He gets hit here a few seconds before that. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, and he kind of gets wobbled a bit, but that's not what matters here. But he decides to go for the takedown. He goes for the double leg. He tries to get it on the first attempt. He doesn't. He tried to trip him. He tried with the double leg first. Zombie defended it well with one underhook. Then he tried to trip him. Didn't happen. He tried to trip him again. This one did succeed. But as you guys can see here, in about 10-15 seconds, he stands up. And now I know you're thinking, like, what does his offensive wrestling have to do with it? He's not going to shoot on Makhachev. Well, still, it does matter how on what level his wrestling is, because his defensive and offensive wrestling, I feel like that's around the same level. And then we got another takedown he does. Like you guys see, he's very active in the clinch, and that could be his downfall against Makhachev, because Makhachev, like I said, has great trips, has great takedowns from the clinch, and great knees as well. But yeah, we can see here Volkanovski going for another takedown. This one he does not get the double leg. He tries to get on on Zombie, does not materialize. Zombie has pretty good takedown defense, but nothing too crazy. He has been taken down before by lesser guys, but he has trained to fight Volkanovski. He had a few weeks in advance. He trained. He got his takedown defense up. But man, if a few weeks training on your wrestling can kind of handle Volkanovski, I don't know what Makhachev will be able to do with it, man. Like I said, he tried to be active in the clinch. You saw a knee there. If we look very close, very closely, we can see that when Tsarukyan, like the second he puts his leg up, he tries to knee his opponent or just put his leg up for defense, he gets taken down real quick, man. Like it's literally a second, and then he gets taken down. Now Tsarukyan has very good wrestling, like very underrated. He's very strong as well. Like I know Volkanovski is strong, but man, Tsarukyan, he just looks like literally the strongest guy at 155. He's 5'7". He's very jacked. He is big for the weight class as well. Makhachev looks very strong, but in this fight, to be completely honest, I feel like Tsarukyan looks like the stronger fighter. Like you can see here, he just does not go to the ground, man. And Volkanovski, like I said, is very strong. He has been a big guy before, around 214 pounds in his rugby days. But man, these natural lightweights like Makhachev and Tsarukyan just seem so much stronger, man. Let's get into another video. We got Mendes versus Volkanovski. Now Mendes here will go for the takedown. He will go for a double leg and then switch to the single. Not, at least that's what I thought he would do. Oh yeah, this is the next clip, never mind. But this is the first round, 2.5 minutes into the first round. We can see Mendes go for the double leg. It does not materialize. Here Volkanovski is pretty fast. But let's see here in the second round when Mendes has knocked down Volkanovski. When he has landed some overhands, which made Volkanovski, be aware of that as well. Mendes can go for the double leg and go for the single leg and get him to the ground that way. Now Volkanovski, he's doing very well here, and to be fair, this was in 2018, like end of the year of 2018. So it isn't the same Volkanovski, but still we can see here that it is kind of his weakness. He gets his back taken here as well. Now the Volkanovski of 2023 will be very different, especially when he trains for it. But I feel like these things are just not in his favor, man. Like we can see here how strong and how good he is against a wrestler like Makhachev as well. And I feel like that will just be the difference, the size, the skills in the clinch especially, and just the strength as well, man. Alexander Volkanovski, like I've said 10 times before, he's very strong for his weight class, but at 155 it's very different, man. Volkanovski's fast as well. I'd say he's the faster guy on the feet, but Makhachev just has, Volkanovski is explosive, but Makhachev seems to have just heavy hands, like he doesn't seem too fast, but when he lands, his opponents feel it. So even in the striking, I don't feel like Volkanovski has that big of an advantage, because he will be, scared of the takedown, scared of the clinch, and that's why he will not be the same Volkanovski normally is against guys like Holloway, against guys like Zombie, and against even guys like Chad Mendes. So I am going with a win for Islam Makhachev. I think that he will beat Volkanovski inside of the first 4 rounds, I'd say. I'd probably go with the 4th round submission, arm triangle, after Islam just dominates him on the ground and, just gets his ground and pound off and gets the win here. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys would like some more breakdowns like this, let me know, and see you guys later.